Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fight!
Every once in a while, I fall down a rabbit hole on YouTube. I start watching one thing, and thanks to those thumbnails that run down the right side of the screen, I end up somewhere totally different, and more often than not, it's somewhere bad. Very, very bad. When I learned what the name Karen referred to, and I saw a video titled Karen's Behaving Badly, I watched more out of curiosity than anything. And from there, I fell down to Karen's getting arrested, to Karen's getting beat up, to Karen's getting bloodied, to... You get the idea. When I saw a video titled Parents Embarrassing Their Kids at Sports Events, I found it funny. But after parents swearing at referees, parents swearing at other parents, parents beating up other parents, parents beating up other kids, parents, kids, parents, parents, kids, you get what I'm saying. I was pretty disturbed. Even the Christmas Carol, the 12 Days of Christmas, might be worth a listen to you if you don't mind getting pretty damn raunchy 4 or 5 levels below the surface level. The point is, I fell down a rabbit hole, and the end result is today's episode. I've been getting more and more into mixed martial arts, and I have intended to start incorporating some of those elements into this show. Although I do enjoy UFC, I seem to enjoy more regional promotions a little more. Listeners know that I appreciate independent wrestling shows a lot more than I appreciate WWE, AEW, and other mainstream platforms. The more rustic, dark, smoky, rough around the edges, the better. I found myself watching a selection of unprofessional MMA videos. Nothing too obscure. The mats were a little dirty. The competitors weren't in the best shape. The cages were loose and looked like they could collapse at times. I found one video where everything looked completely professional, but the cage looked like nothing stronger than chicken wire. But they were all sanctioned and organized, or so they said. I didn't actually see their permits. Then I saw a thumbnail to the right of something called StreetBeefs. Now, I could tell just from that small thumbnail photo that not only were we not in an arena of some kind, we weren't even inside. The cage was surrounded by plywood with spectators peering in from whatever opening they might find. I took a deep breath and I clicked on the thumbnail. And from the lack of opening, backstory, production values, tactful fighting styles, I almost felt guilty for watching. These were two guys just beating the holy hell out of each other. They didn't seem trained. They didn't seem to be any athlete of any note. They were just swinging for the fences and hoping to hit a home run before they ran out of gas. Although, much respect to those who both ran out of gas because they refused to give the other the satisfaction of seeing them fall. I almost felt like I was watching porn because I truly believed that any of my compatriots I have worked with over the years in combat sports would walk through the door and we would need to go through a long, drawn-out, awkward phase that inevitably would probably destroy our friendship. Now, I watched 3 or 4 of the fights. The thought of inviting one of these fighters onto the show intrigued me, but I thought, how the hell am I going to treat this with any sincerity? How was I going to interview them without insulting them? Like, in my head, I couldn't give this any type of merit. Then I saw a video off to the right called Backyard Fight Club Documentary, StreetBeefs. And I must say that this video, which I encourage all of you to search out, was in many ways a good piece of business. It explained things to me. It explained why. It explained how. It explained who. It made sense to me after watching this video. It was the first step in my understanding and maybe appreciation for StreetBeefs. Today's episode with Demon Monsoon is step 2. I appreciate Demon coming onto the show and tolerating my intrigue and, at times, ignorance with StreetBeefs. I hope he's not the last StreetBeefs representative that I can convince to join us on here so that I can learn more and appreciate more.